As an Ismaili Muslim, giving of our time and helping others is part of our life, and from a young age we are surrounded by examples of volunteers in action. It can take many forms. Some serve as members of boards and committees, taking on the challenge of making carefully considered decisions that could affect the quality of life and long-term development of many people. Others work actively in a team setting to implement a particular project or activity that is beneficial in society. And there are those who choose to serve quietly and diligently, helping individuals with difficult or sensitive problems. Whatever form voluntary service takes, the objective remains the same. It is about making a positive difference in other people's lives. Our beloved Maulana Hazar Imam has approved a set of new guidelines for our uniformed volunteers who render service day in and day out in Jamaat Khanas and beyond. Maulana Hazar Imam, in setting out new principles for the Jamaat's paradigm of uniformed volunteering, said in his recent message in the Jamaat that the aim is to bring about standardization and parity in the various elements relating to the organization of the uniformed volunteers, without compromising their spirit of service. The new approved name is Ismaili Volunteers, removing the term Corps. The new term conforms with the objective of highlighting the identity of this institution as a faith-based civil society organisation with a cherished history and legacy. The new motto is Khidma, which is Arabic for service. The new visual identity for the Ismaili Volunteers includes a motif that consists of a stylized presentation of the name Lillah, which means for Allah, artfully arranged and repeated 7 times in a composition of calligraphic brushes.
Formally established in Mumbai and Karachi in 1919, the Ismaili Volunteers have continued the long-standing ethic of voluntary service within our Jamaat. Now, among the key elements that Maulana Hazar Imam has recently approved, including a new name and uniform, we've also been given the gift of a new motto, Khidma. Now, Khidma, the Arabic for service, expresses the core value of Ismaili Volunteers, rendered as Khidmat in Jamaats of Persian and Indic language usage. This term eloquently expresses the notion of unconditional service. Now, unconditional service is one articulation of our bond of love and loyalty towards our beloved Imam. Now, through unconditional service, we also have an opportunity to remind ourselves of the responsibility that Allah has placed on each one of us to leave this world in a better place than we have found it. And this is why this service is for Allah, as expressed beautifully in the motif of the Ismaili Volunteers, a stylized presentation of the name Lillah, for Allah. Let us use this opportunity to recommit our efforts towards this unconditional service, and long may the ethic of voluntary service continue within our Jamaat.
This year, we are progressing on the transition between Ismaili Volunteers Corp, IVC, and Ismaili Volunteers, IV. The route of serving is the same, and we as volunteers must remember this. Perhaps we are evolving as volunteers and becoming more professional, but we must not forget where we came from and what is the purpose of serving our Jamaat and Imam. Our IVC Executive, alongside with the National Council, are working hard to implement the new uniform. Our next video will show you the new uniform for the United Kingdom and Europe jurisdiction, so stay tuned.